How's it going, everyone? It's the All Gaming Blog bringing you guys Black Ops 2 gameplay. Also, one simple question. Is open world the next generation of games? Right, so if we take a look at this generation of consoles, and basically we see what games are the most fun, and also the games that have been most sold, you can notice that there is a pattern here. So let's take a quick look at some of these games. Call of Duty Black Ops, Halo 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Half-Life 2, Battlefield 3, and Modern Warfare 3. In between others, of course. Now, I'll leave a link in the description where you guys can take a look at all these and basically see them for yourselves. The point is that first-person shooters have clearly dominated this generation by selling the highest numbers and also the audience that they get. I shouldn't just say first-person shooters, but first-person perspective in general. Basically, not just shooters, like games like, for example, Minecraft or Skyrim. They're not really shooter games, but they have the first-person perspective, and that's what I'm mostly referring to, anyways. But for the sake of argument, we'll just say that's first-person shooters in general. Anywho, this is basically a shift I've been noticing in this generation of games, is that we're playing less platforming games and more first-person shooters. Now, I'm from the time where Ratchet and Clank and Sonic the Hedgehog were, the best games ever, and that was it. But apparently that's not the case anymore, and a lot more people now prefer the Call of Duty series than to any others. Anyways, with the PS4 and Xbox One just around the corner, if we now take a look at some of the games that are coming for it, most of them are open world free roaming games. And not even just for the next gen, but even for the current gen, or even the games that are coming out. And I'm not just talking about GTA 5 and Saints Row 4, which are obviously known for being open world for many years. And yes, GTA, the Grand Theft Auto series, has been the top free roaming game of all times, all of them have always done very well, and I think that set a pace for, a more open world games. Anyways, there are more games coming out, new games that we never heard of, like Watch Dogs, for example, or The Witcher 3, which weren't, well, Watch Dogs is a new game, so that probably doesn't work, but The Witcher 3 and games that never were open world before, like Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain, and even Resident Evil 7, or the next Resident Evil in the line, which, yes, we still don't know the name or anything about it, other than it will be an open world game, and yes, it will be. Or even games that, they were still not coming out exactly, but we already heard of them and we want them, like the DayZ, for example, which is a mod of the Arma 2 engine, but the standalone game is also being developed right now, and it is a combination of Arma 2 and Arma 3 engine, and it's kind of its own engine on itself, but it's, yeah, we've been waiting for it and still under development, and I know I'm going off topic a bit, but I'd rather wait and have a good game than the game to be rushed and be a pile of crap like Survivor Infestation Stories. Anyways, let's continue on on topic. With the new hardware coming out and better platforms, I think we're going to be moving to a much bigger scenario. So I think we're going to start to abandon first-person shooter, because this type of games are basically put you on somewhat an arena or a very limited area where you can, just kill yourself. So there's there's not that much that you can do in such short space. But we're starting to see a big shift in, these smaller spaces to much larger spaces, to much higher production values. And I think that's great. I honestly think that the next generation will be more about open world, free roaming games than just your standards, kind of straight line game, puzzling game more likely, where you just tie down to a certain area. That's just my opinion on things. I would love to know what you guys think about this subject. Do you think, that GTA 5 is going to be dominating and Call of Duty is going to start to die out, or what's going on with that? Now, of course, first-person shooters are always going to be big in the industry, as they are now, and they keep on growing. But what we can see is from Black Ops 2 is that, yes, they are starting to die out. Black Ops 2 hasn't sold as good as Modern Warfare 3 did, and didn't sold as good as pretty much any Call of Duty up to this date. So, although yes, it did very well, I think it did $1 billion in like a week or something like that. It didn't do as well as previous ones, which kind of tells you, you know what, they're not really getting there anymore. So, in conclusion, yes, I think that next gen is going to be all about, you know, it's going to be all about open worlds, but I guess only time will tell. Thanks for watching, guys, and peace. Thank you for watching my video. If you liked it, you can hit that like button. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook for all my video updates. Oh, and subscribe on YouTube. Want to see more of this series? Check out the playlists on the left side or the previous or the next video of this series.